Hey everybody, it's Melih Kaleciklioglu here.
So I'm currently editing a video that I shot last summer, and while doing so, I realize I'm not taking my own advice. It's about making use of your time, and it's not necessarily about your free time in general, but those little nooks and crannies that may show up in your day-to-day life to use that time. And in my case, I wanted to adapt those ideas to getting creative things done, like video ideas and stuff like that. But I guess my takeaway almost a year later is now that you have to be flexible for this to work. Day to day may change, and that those time spaces you carved out for yourself may change too, and may not be the same like in every other month. So I'm trying to make it a habit now to analyze my day and trying to figure out how I can identify that time where I can get small things done, to not be discouraged by lack of time, and trying to always stay on top of that game, because life is not a constant thing. If I have learned anything in the last 10 years of trying to make myself believe that, well, next week it's gonna be a lot easier, things never get easier, things never get calmer, because life never will be a constant thing and things will always change. So accepting that and trying and consciously trying to work with that dynamic is making my life a lot easier lately. And especially mentally, it takes off a lot of stress of trying to keep one schedule going the whole time, and even if that may not be working, and that's okay. So it's just a matter of identifying that and then adapting to the new situation.
To make use of one's time, available. A lot of ideas and little time to execute. And if parenthood teaches you anything, is that time is very limited, especially when you're used to taking all of your spare time and using it on making music or whatever your hobby of choice may be. I found myself in a situation now where I don't have as much free time as I had before. You don't realize how much free time you have until you get into the real world and you start working a job and all that kind of stuff. Me being a perfectionist and overthinker with my creative endeavor, I'm trying to do everything to a very high level. The reality is, as of right now, I don't have that time. You come to realize that, well, you can either dwell on the time you don't have, or you just make use of whatever time you do have. Hence, the video I'm now making while driving, which is not something I thought I would do in the past, but I got the time, got about 20 minutes or so. What I'm trying to say is, try to find these little spots in your daily life. And you could work on ideas and write stuff down when you're in the bus or in the train. You could do memo, trying to find ways to make use of the time you have. The In Session series now is to find that little spot where I can just go record stuff and then maybe rework it later. But if I'm not able to do it in the moment, in the spot, then I'll just do that whenever I have time. Not getting caught up in trying to do everything perfectly, and it has to live up to a standard which I cannot deliver right now. You're You are your own worst critic anyway. But trying to get your ideas done. I think that's the most important thing I've learned. Executing an idea, no matter the circumstance, getting it done and having it become reality is way, way more rewarding than dwelling over the fact that you can't do it the way you maybe intended it, and not have the idea come to life at all. And I think it's important to not give yourself too much shit about the lighting or the perfect lens or whatever. I'm recording this right now on a 10-year-old phone, but that doesn't matter because I'm just trying to communicate an idea and it's in its most honest form. So I hope whichever situation you may be in, it may be parenthood, it may be getting into a new job or whatever it is, but I hope you will find a way to get to your ideas. Allow yourself to get there in the best way possible. And the best way possible is the way you are able to do so right now. I would be super happy if you would share it with me and post a link in the comments, and I'll be very stoked to check that out. So get creative, get it going, get stuff done. I'll see you in the next one.